I think I finally cracked it, I said, sliding my laptop across the kitchen table. This is the app. It'll help small businesses track invoices, manage cash flow, automate follow-ups, simple, clean, scalable. Emma didn't even look up from her phone. That's what you've been working on for 3 months? Yeah, I smiled. It's not flashy, but it solves a real problem. I talked to 3 shop owners. They all said, she scoffed. Invoices, really? I blinked. What's wrong with that? Babe, she said, finally looking at me. You think someone's going to invest in spreadsheets and bills? That's your big dream? It's not spreadsheets, it's automation, AI-driven reminders. Real-time dashboards. I even added predictive cash flow graphs, she laughed. Oh, wow. Graphs. Sexy. Emma, I'm serious. So am I. She leaned back, arms crossed. You're wasting time on something no one will use. People hire accountants. They don't download invoice apps. I stared at her, trying to read her face. Was she joking? Tired? But her eyes were cold, like she wasn't even trying to understand. You used to believe in me, I said quietly. She rolled her eyes. I believed in you when you wanted to get promoted at your last job. That was stable. This startup thing, it's cute, but you're not a CEO, babe. The word stung. Cute. I quit that job to do this, I reminded her. You said you supported me. I said I'd support you if you had a real plan, she snapped. Not some half-baked app about bills. My chest tightened. So what? I should go work for Jordan. She didn't answer right away. That silence told me everything. I stood. You've been talking to him, haven't you? She didn't deny it. She just kept scrolling on her phone. Emma, what do you want me to say? I swallowed hard. Are you seeing him? She glanced at me, eyes narrowing. We had coffee. He understands business. He listens. I felt my heart drop. You're comparing me to him now? She stood, grabbing her coat. Jordan owns 2 condos, a Porsche, and just bought into a crypto fund. You're living off my salary and building invoice graphs. I stepped in front of her. So that's it? You'd trade me for someone with a bigger wallet? She hesitated, just for a second. Then she said, I didn't trade you. You just stopped being impressive. I flinched. You used to love me. She opened the door. I loved the version of you who had a future, not one clinging to a dying dream. I was speechless. She turned. Good luck with your cash flow graphs. The door slammed behind her. Later that night, I sat in the dark, staring at my screen. The pitch deck glowed back at me. Every chart, every mock-up, every line of code, I had built it all for a future I thought we'd share. My phone buzzed, a message from my cousin Jordan. Heard you pitched Emma your app tonight. Brave move, man. No emojis, just smugness in text form. I didn't reply. 2 days later, I walked into my mom's house for dinner. She hugged me tight. You okay? I nodded. Emma's gone. Her eyes softened. I heard. From who? She hesitated. Jordan posted a photo, engagement ring, Emma's hand. My stomach twisted. Already? I'm so sorry. The betrayal wasn't just love lost. It was knowing she mocked me, then ran to him. To the guy who always looked down. On me, I remembered last Thanksgiving. Jordan pulled me aside, drink in hand. Still playing with apps? He smirked. You should come work under me. I'll teach you what a real CEO looks like. I smiled then. Polite. Quiet. Now, I remembered that smirk like a scar. I shut my laptop. I opened a new document. Title, Operation Silence. No more pitching. No more posting. No more trying to prove anything. I'd let my product speak for itself, and one day they'd hear it loud and clear. Emma? I stepped into the apartment, takeout bag in hand. Got your favorite Padsy U extra tofu. She didn't answer. Looked up and froze. Her suitcase stood by the door, neatly packed, zipped. Going somewhere? She turned from the window. Calm. Too calm. I'm leaving. I blinked. What do you mean you're leaving? I'm moving out. She walked over and picked up her phone like this was any other day. It's done. Done? She didn't even flinch. Us. I set the food down slowly. You're serious? She nodded. Why? I asked, even though I already knew. She looked at me like I was the one being unreasonable. Because I'm tired. Tired of watching you chase dreams that never turn into anything. Tired of believing in potential. I stared at her. So that's it? One bad year and you're gone? She shrugged. It's not just the year. It's the fact that Jordan already has what you're still trying to build. I felt the air leave my lungs. Jordan? Yes. My voice cracked. You're leaving me for him? She didn't say anything. She didn't have to. I clenched my fists. He's my cousin. I know. And you're okay with that? He's successful. Grounded. He knows where he's going. I swallowed. Art. So money wins, huh? It's not just the money, she said. It's the life, the stability, the confidence. And I was just training wheels? Her eyes softened for a second, but then hardened again. You were a good chapter, but not the final one. I took a step back. Wow. She picked up her coat. Emma's mom's coming to help me move some things tomorrow? I scoffed. Of course she is. She's always loved Jordan. She just wants what's best for me. No, she wants what's expensive for you. Emma looked me dead in the eye. I want that too. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. I just stood there as she opened the door. I hope you find something that works out, she said. But I'm done waiting. She walked out. The apartment felt dead. I didn't eat, didn't sleep. The next morning, my phone rang. Sweetheart, Mom said, are you okay? Maybe it wasn't just a day, I muttered. Oh, honey. She didn't even cry, Mom. She just packed and left. She wasn't worth you. She was everything to me. I know, she whispered. But some people only stay long enough to teach us something. What am I supposed to learn from this? To never beg someone to see your worth. I sat down on the floor. She chose him because of money. She chose him because she didn't deserve you, Mom said firmly. Real love waits. It believes. It doesn't compare. I stayed silent. Let her go, she added softly. Please, don't chase what already ran. The next day, I saw Emma's mom at the apartment. She barely looked at me. I told her years ago, she muttered. Jordan was always the better option. I didn't reply. She handed Emma a designer bag. Let's go, dear. I turned away, walked to the balcony, and closed the door behind me. Let them leave. Let them go. Let it burn if it needs to, but I won't beg. Not again. You seriously gonna eat that again? Daniel asked, eyeing the steaming bowl on my desk. It's cheap, I mumbled, and it fills me up. He raised an eyebrow. You've had ramen 12 days straight. 13, I corrected, stirring the noodles. Missed one day when I had toast. Daniel laughed, then looked around the tiny studio. This place is something. It has a roof, I said, and Wi-Fi. Barely, he muttered. Your sink leaks. It leaks character, I replied. He snorted and dropped into the one chair I owned. You okay? I didn't answer right away. My fingers hovered over the keyboard. I don't know. You sleep at all? 3 hours last night. Maybe 4. Dude, I have to finish this beta, I said. If I don't, we're screwed. We? Daniel asked, crossing his arms. You think I'm going anywhere? I wouldn't blame you if you did. He looked offended. I've seen worse. Really? Yeah. That time you tried to pitch investors with a broken slideshow? I groaned. That was one time. And that other time you forgot your laptop at a demo? Okay, I get it. He smiled. Still didn't leave, did I? I leaned back in the creaky chair. No, you didn't. He tapped the table. And in you. I swallowed the lump in my throat. Why? Because you're not chasing trends. You're solving a real problem. Investors don't care. They will, he said. One day, this will matter. I looked at the messy whiteboard. Scribbles, arrows, red ink everywhere. Right now, it feels like I'm drowning. You're swimming, Daniel said. Slowly, but forward. I shook my head. Emma said Jordan already owns the dream. Daniel scoffed. Jordan bought someone else's dream. You're building yours from the ground. I paused. I wanted to be enough. You are, he said firmly. You just haven't arrived yet. I looked at him. Why are you still here, man? Because when you win, I win too. We built this together. I smiled faintly. I pay you in coffee and broken promises. He grinned. I've worked for worse. Later that night, we sat in silence. Ramen bowls empty. Code glowing on the screen. Daniel broke the quiet. You ever think of quitting? Every day. But you don't. I shook my head. Because if I stop now, they win. He leaned forward. They didn't leave because you failed. They left because they couldn't see past the dirt. I stared at the flickering monitor. What if I stay in the dirt? You won't. I didn't speak. He pointed at the screen. Push. The update, let's test. I nodded and hit enter. The screen blinked, and something loaded. Daniel grinned. It works. It works, I whispered. We sat there, watching the dashboard load for the first time. No champagne, Daniel said, but I brought 2 root beers. He popped the caps and handed me one. To building in the dark, he said. I raised my bottle. And surviving on noodles. We clinked. Rock bottom didn't feel good, but for the first time it felt like a place I'd climb out of. You, sure you want to go in there? Daniel asked, straightening his collar. I'm just here for the drinks, I said. He smirked. You mean to watch them choke on theirs? Let's just blend in, I muttered. Low profile. The rooftop party buzzed with music, expensive suits, and fake laughs. I hadn't seen half these people in over a year. Most thought I vanished. Maybe I had. Daniel leaned close. You know they're here, right? Yeah, I said. I saw her the moment we walked in. Emma stood by the fire pit, arm in arm with Jordan. He wore a tailored blue suit like he invented money. She looked the same. Too perfect, too polished. My stomach twisted. Daniel nudged me. Want to leave? No, I said. Let's grab drinks. We made our way to the bar. I caught pieces of conversation around me. Startups, stocks, who just sold to who. The same crowd still playing the same game. 2 old fashions, Daniel told the bartender. Then he turned to me. Still can't believe you haven't told anyone. They don't need to know, I said. Bro, we raised $1.5 million. That's huge. And no one saw it coming. That's the point. Daniel grinned. Silent killer, huh? I sipped my drink. Exactly. Laughter echoed near the fire pit. I turned. Jordan's voice carried across the rooftop. Still working on that little app? Emma giggled, sipping her wine. He probably renamed it Still Broken. Jordan laughed louder. Bet he's still living on instant noodles. I didn't flinch. I just watched them, still smiling like they won. Daniel looked at me. You good? I'm fine. He stared at me. You sure? Let them laugh, I said quietly. Let them think I lost. You could wipe that smug look off Jordan's. face in 2 sentences. But then I'd be just like him. Daniel exhaled. You're a better man than me. I didn't respond. An hour passed. I moved from circle to circle. No one mentioned my startup. Laptop is a space heater, he chuckled. And now you're turning down investor calls. I shrugged. They didn't want me then. They sure want you now. Funny how that works. From the corner of my eye, I saw Jordan walking over. Emma trailed behind. Daniel noticed too. Uh-oh. Jordan stopped 2 feet from me. Didn't expect to see you here. Didn't expect you to talk to me, I replied. Emma crossed her arms. Still working on that app? Daniel shifted. Don't. I held up a hand. It's fine. Jordan smirked. No hard feelings, right? I smiled. None at all. Emma's brows lifted. You're quiet. Sometimes silence says more. Jordan laughed. Still weird, man. I raised my glass. Still me? He clinked it with his own. Well, good luck. You'll need it. Thanks, I said. I already have it. Emma tilted her head. What's that mean? I didn't answer. I just turned and walked away. Daniel caught up with me at the stairs. That was calm. They don't matter. He nodded. Still, that was satisfying. I looked back one last time. Jordan already forgot I was there. Perfect. We left the party. The cool night air hit my face. Daniel asked, when do we tell people? When we don't need to, I said. Let the product speak. He laughed. You love this, don't you? I grinned. The quiet part? Yeah. Daniel held up his phone. Investor meeting at 10 tomorrow. You ready? I was born ready. He raised a brow. Even without them knowing? Especially without them knowing. We walked toward the car, the city behind us. Let them laugh. The silence is temporary. The revenge is permanent. Daniel burst through the office door. You're not going to believe this. I didn't look up from my laptop. Try me. He tossed a folder on the table. Global Core wants to license our tech. I blinked. Global Core? As in the Global Core? They sent a draft offer. 7 years, 8 figures. I stood slowly. 8 figures? Read it, he said. And breathe. I grabbed the folder, scanning the pages. Holy, this changes everything. Told you. My phone buzzed. A number I didn't recognize. I picked up. Hello? Hi, this is Miranda from Future Tech. We've been following your progress. Any chance we could talk? I hung up and looked at Daniel. That was the 5th cold call today. He smirked. You're the new shiny thing. A week later, I moved into a quiet 2-bedroom condo overlooking the river. Not flashy, but peaceful. The kind of place that didn't scream money, but whispered progress. I called Mom. Hey, sweetheart, she said. Is everything okay? I just paid off the house. There was silence, then sniffles. You didn't have to. I wanted to. You believed in me when no one else did. She was crying now. Your father would be so proud, I smiled. I hope so. Back at the office, we held our first team meeting in the new workspace. Daniel stood up. All right, let's keep intros quick. We've got Sophia from legal, absolute beast. Max, back-end dev. Lena, marketing. Omar, UI UX. Everyone here is a killer at what they do. Sophia nodded. We'll need NDAs signed today. No leaks. I leaned forward. We're not just building software anymore. We're building a movement. Lena raised a hand. What's our first public campaign? Nothing, I said. No hype. Let the work. Omar grinned. Bold. Sophia looked at her tablet. One quick legal thing. I flagged a company during contract review. Small firm. Jordan & Co. My head jerked up. Say that again? Jordan & Co. guys, they do regional marketing. We've been buying out contracts tied to them through shell vendors. Didn't realize they were connected? I chuckled. Very connected. That's my cousin's firm. Sophia raised an eyebrow. Should we stop acquisition? I shook my head. No, double down. Daniel laughed. Oh, this is going to be fun. Later that evening, I sat with Sophia in the conference room. She slid over a spreadsheet. We now control 65% of Jordan & Co.'s active accounts. 3 of their biggest contracts are tied up with our partner firms. They don't even know it yet. Perfect, I said. How soon before we move on the rest? 2 weeks. Quietly. You're scary good at this, I told her. She smiled. That's why you hired me. I leaned back. How bad are they struggling? Pretty bad. 2 late payments, 1 pending lawsuit. And when we pull our acquired contracts, they fold. Daniel knocked on the door and peeked in. Sorry to interrupt. Just got an email from one of Jordan's clients. They want to switch to us. Apparently Jordan's team dropped the ball. Again. I looked at Sophia. Can we take them legally? She nodded. Clean break. Just needs your signature. I picked up the pen. Let's bleed them slow. Daniel gave a low whistle. Cold. Just fair. We stepped outside for air. The city lights sparkled in the dark. Daniel leaned on the railing. Remember when we used to work out of your kitchen? Yeah. Burnt ramen and broken dreams. He laughed. And now you're casually buying out your cousin's firm. I'm not doing it to be petty, I said. He smirked. Sure you're not. I looked at the skyline. He mocked me, laughed at me, stole from me. You're winning now. I don't want him to know I'm winning. Daniel frowned. Why not? Because he never took me seriously. That's the punishment. Watching it all slip away and not even knowing why. He nodded slowly. You're good at this. No, I said. I'm just done being the joke. Back inside, Sophia walked over. We just locked another client. That's 4 today. I smiled. Let me know when it's time to flip the switch. She tilted her head. Flip it how? When the contracts are all ours? I want a meeting with Jordan. Daniel looked surprised. Face to face? I want to watch it click in his head that everything he mocked now owns him. Sophia grinned. That's the point. Sophia, are we really doing this? I asked, staring at the folder in her hands. She smirked. We already did it. This, she tapped the papers, just makes it official. Daniel leaned against the glass wall. You wanted karma. She delivered with style. Opened the folder. Jordan's signature is already here? He signed 2 hours ago, Sophia said. His hands were shaking. I laughed under my breath. And Emma? She's listed as their marketing lead. She reports to you now. I stared at the signature line. My name. Their names. Did he even try to fight it? Sophia shrugged. Not once we bought out. Their biggest investor. After that, they were just trying to stay alive. Daniel chuckled. Remember when they laughed at your startup? I nodded. Now I own theirs. 2 weeks earlier, I walked into a boardroom full of suits. One of the investors, Mr. Collins, raised an eyebrow. Why are you interested in Jordan & Co.? I smiled. We're not interested. I leaned forward. He'll get over it. Once we buy his last client, too. He laughed. You've done your homework. I lived through it. Later, I called Sophia. The investor's in. Good, she said. We're finalizing the client transfer. Once that's locked, we send the acquisition offer. He'll laugh. Let him. The panic comes after. Sure enough, Jordan did laugh. We met in a dull conference room, his suit louder than his voice. This offer's a joke, he said, waving the papers. Daniel kept his face neutral. I said nothing. Emma sat next to Jordan, avoiding my eyes. You think I'm selling my company for that? Jordan asked. Sophia folded her hands. You don't have a company. You have a sinking boat with no lifeboats left. He snorted. Our clients are loyal. They were. Until this morning, Sophia replied. You might want to check your inbox. Jordan pulled out his phone. I watched his expression drop. No, that's not. They terminated, Sophia said calmly. Effective immediately, he looked at Emma. Did you know? She shook her head. I thought they were happy. We automated everything they paid you for, I said. Why would they stay? He slammed his hand on the table. This is war. No, I said. This was business, and now it's over. Back in my office, Sophia dropped the signed merger papers on my desk. It's done, she said. You now own Jordan & Co. Daniel grinned. What do we rename it? Clown Corp? No, it'll dissolve into ours in 6 months. Good call, Sophia said. Cleaner that way. I picked up the pen and signed. So, they all report to me? Yes, Sophia said. Effective Monday. Monday morning, I walked into the new wing we'd annexed. Jordan sat at the end of the table, stiff. Emma beside him, quiet. Morning, I said, setting my laptop down. Let's keep this short. Jordan didn't respond. Emma finally spoke. So, what's our role here? You'll both continue in your current titles, I said. For now. Jordan scoffed. You can't run a creative firm. You're a programmer. I don't have to run it, I said. I just have to own it. Emma looked down. Why are you doing this? I leaned forward. You made your choices, so did I. Jordan stood. You got lucky. No, I said. I got focused. He walked out. Emma hesitated. Can we talk? I nodded. Later. Back in my office, Daniel spun in a chair. How's it feel? I sat down. Weird. Weird good or weird guilty? Just weird, like the past finally caught up. But I don't care as much anymore. You're allowed to feel good, he said. I don't feel good, I admitted. I feel done, Daniel nodded. Closure, exactly. Sophia knocked and walked in. Final confirmation, everything's under our umbrella now. I exhaled. Thanks, Sophia. I couldn't have done it without you. She smiled. You earned this. I looked out the window. Let's make sure they never forget it. I stepped into the office with Sophia beside me. Everything was polished and quiet. Too quiet. Then I saw her, Emma. She was behind the front desk, typing something. When her eyes lifted and landed on me, she froze. Her fingers stopped. Her lips parted. You, she breathed. I nodded once. Morning. Jordan stepped out from the glass meeting room. Well, look who it is, he said with that fake grin he always wore when he was losing. Guess you made it. I didn't smile. I did, and now you both work for me. Emma stood up. You're the new owner? Yeah, I said. That's the word. She blinked fast like she was trying to swallow time. Can we talk? She whispered, already stepping toward me. Please. Sophia glanced at me. I gave her a nod. Give us a minute, I said. We walked into a side room. She closed the door gently. Look, she began, voice soft. I didn't know things would turn out like this. Didn't you? I said. Jordan, he's not who I thought he was. I crossed my arms. That's not fair. No? I tilted my head. You left me with a suitcase by the door. Said I was chasing dreams. Said he already owned them. She looked down. I was stupid. You were selfish. I miss you. Her voice cracked. I think about you every day. I let the silence linger. I wanted her to feel it. I messed up, she said. He doesn't care about anyone but himself. You thought money meant stability, I said. Turns out it just made you disposable. Her eyes welled up. I didn't mean to hurt you, but you did, I said, and you laughed while doing it. That night at the party, she started. I remember, I said. You giggled when he mocked me. Remember that? She bit her lip. I was trying to fit in. I shook my head. You chose money over love. Now you have neither. Her voice was barely a whisper. Do you still love me? I stared at her for a long moment. No. Tears slid down her face. I deserve that. You deserve more than words can give, I said. You deserve this moment. She reached out. Can we just talk sometime? Just us? No, I said. Her hand dropped. You've changed. I had to. She turned away, wiping her face. You're colder now. I'm stronger. She looked back. So that's it? I opened the door. Yeah, that's it. Jordan was in the hallway, pretending to check. His phone. Hope she didn't cry too hard, he said with a smirk. She did, I said. You should be used to that by now. He laughed once, hollow. You think this makes you a king or something? No, I said. But it makes you my employee. He stepped closer. This company won't last with you at the top. I leaned in. Then you better polish your resume, he glared. This isn't over. It is for you. Sophia walked over. Meeting room's ready. I nodded. Let's get started. Emma was still standing by the wall. She didn't look at me. Her shoulders were shaking. But I didn't stay to watch her cry. Everyone to the conference room in 5, I told Daniel, glancing down at the envelope in my hand. You sure? He asked. I nodded. It's time. The room filled fast. Employees lined the walls, whispering, confused. Emma stood near the coffee machine, arms crossed. Jordan leaned against the far wall, cocky as ever. I stepped forward. Thanks for coming. I won't waste your time. The murmurs stopped. I built this company in a studio apartment eating ramen every night. Some of you were with me when we had nothing. You stayed. Mine, steady. But others, I continued, joined later, not to build, to benefit. Some of you lied, cheated, and stole, and some of you, I looked at Emma and Jordan, mocked the very dream that gave you a paycheck. Jordan chuckled under his breath. Seriously? Quiet, Sophia said behind me. I kept going. This company stands for resilience, loyalty, grit. I won't let anyone poison that. Jordan raised a brow. What exactly are you saying? I'm saying, I held up the envelope. This is your last day. Emma stepped forward. Wait, what? I handed Sophia the envelope. Termination letters, for those who forgot what respect looks like. Sophia opened the folder and started calling. Names. Jordan Mitchell, he laughed. This is a joke. It's not, I said. You sabotaged client accounts. You funneled leads to outside firms. He stepped toward me. You can't prove that. We already did, Sophia said. We have emails, call logs, screenshots. Emma's face went pale. Jordan, he turned to her. They're bluffing. We're not, Sophia said. Legal's done. Emma stepped closer to me. I didn't do anything wrong. You laughed at me, I said, mocked what I was building, walked away when I needed support. I was confused, she said. I made a mistake. I stared at her. You made a choice. She swallowed. So you're firing me, just like that? I gave you my heart, I said. You gave it to my cousin. A gasp came from somewhere in the room. I was hurt, she said. Jordan, he lied. He promised things. None of it was real. Neither was your loyalty. Tears filled her eyes. Please, give me another chance. I turned away. Sophia, Sophia nodded. It's done. Emma grabbed my arm. Please, I'm begging you. I gently pulled my arm free. Don't beg, not in front of the team. She collapsed into a chair. You don't understand. I've lost everything. No, I said. Now you understand how it feels. Jordan muttered. This is pathetic. I turned back to him. You're right. It is. Pack your things. You're gonna regret this. He snapped. I already regret trusting you. Sophia handed them both their letters. Security will escort you out. Jordan grabbed the paper, crumpling it. You think this makes you powerful? No, I said. It makes me free. Stormed out. Emma stayed seated, silent, shaking. Daniel stepped beside me. You good? I am now. Once. I looked at her one last time. That was the version of me you didn't want. This one doesn't need you. I turned and walked out. Daniel slid the coffee across the table. You're quiet. I stared out the window. It's been a long road. He leaned back. Expansion feels good, huh? Yeah, I nodded. We're opening in London next quarter. Wild. Remember, when you couldn't afford toilet paper? I laughed. I used printer paper once, not proud of it, he grinned. Better days now. My phone buzzed. I glanced. Emma. Again. Daniel caught the name. Still emailing you? Twice a week, I said. Different tone every time. Regret, anger, hope. You ever think of responding? I shook my head. There's nothing left to say. Closure? I already have it, I said. Silence was the closure. He sipped his drink. She moved out, right? Yeah. Last month. Her sister messaged me. Jordan? Sold his car, I said, then posted some long rant about loyalty. Daniel snorted. You see it? I didn't bother. Someone sent a screenshot. You feel anything? I paused. Not really. No rage. No joy. He leaned forward. Not even a little satisfaction? I shrugged. Karma doesn't need an audience. Daniel raised his cup. To quiet victories. We clinked mugs. I pulled a small velvet box from my jacket. Know what this is? He blinked. Is that the ring? The one she picked out. You kept it this whole time? I opened the box. The diamond still sparkled. I thought I might sell it, or toss it, but that felt petty. So what now? I'm donating it, I said. Women's shelter auction. Help survivors start over. Daniel looked surprised. That's poetic? It was never meant to stay, I said. It deserves a better story. You okay letting it go? I already have, I said. This is just the last string. He nodded slowly. You've changed. I had to. Daniel smiled. Not bitter, just better. I smiled back. That's the goal. We finished our coffee in silence. Peace doesn't shout. It just sits with you, warm and still. Breathe, Daniel whispered as we waited backstage. Breathing, I said, straightening my jacket. You look like you're about to pass out. I'm fine. You're about to accept Tech Visionary of the Year. That's not fine. That's insane. The announcer's voice. I stepped out, heart pounding, lights blinding. Applause thundered. I took the mic. Thank you. A few years ago, no one returned my emails. Tonight, I stand here with a product that helps thousands of businesses thrive. The crowd clapped again. I was told I wasn't practical, that I'd never make it, that my dream was laughable. A ripple of laughter. But I kept building. Not for revenge, not even for validation, just to prove to myself it could be done. I glanced toward the back and saw her. Emma. She stood still, not clapping, just watching. No smile, no expression, just silence. I continued. This award isn't just about me. It's about the team that stayed when no one else believed. Daniel, you've been there since ramen and broken laptops. He stood, grinning, and gave a small wave. I wrapped up. To every founder who's doubted, dismissed, or underestimated, let this remind you. You don't have to shout, just build. Let success speak for you. The crowd rose to their feet. Backstage, Daniel clapped my shoulder. You crushed it. She was here, I said. I know. You saw her? Yeah. She didn't clap. Daniel shrugged. She doesn't have to. Everyone else did. I exhaled. I didn't feel what I thought I would. No fire, no smugness, nothing, I said. Just peace. He nodded. That's growth. I used to dream of rubbing this in their faces. I remember, he said, you rehearsed speeches in the shower. I laughed. I was bitter. And now I'm just grateful. He smirked. What changed? I stopped building to prove them wrong, I said. Started building to prove myself right. We walked toward the after-party room. My phone buzzed. Another message from Emma. I didn't open it. Daniel looked at me. You gonna reply? No. Why not? I smiled. Because the best apology is success. He laughed. You got that on a t-shirt yet? Working on it. He opened the door. Come on, CEO, let's build something even bigger. I nodded. Let's do it.